Hi everyone, so welcome to today's video. I am super excited for this video because I'm finally getting a chance to sit down and film all of the goodies that I got during the last Sephora holiday savings event that was about 2 weeks ago at this point. I did not get a chance to film last week because my entire family was sick, and then I ended up getting the flu over this past weekend, so I'm just now this week sitting down to be able to share with you guys all the stuff that I got and give you guys some thoughts on some of the things that I've already used, some things I haven't. So I wanted to share with you guys all the items that I picked and just kind of talk about makeup and get back into that routine of doing my makeup because I didn't do it at all last week because I was so sick and it was just, that was a rough week. So I'm so glad that's behind me, and now we can get started with playing with makeup. Okay, so I'm going to start with primers. I had this first one on my wish list when it first came out, and I was kind of holding back on purchasing it just because I was trying really hard to finish some type of primer in my collection before I purchased a new one. And I'm almost done with my Rare Beauty primer, so I felt like it was a good time to finally go ahead and pick that one up. So I picked up the Caliray So Blown Primer. This is a mattifying primer that is supposed to blur pores. I do have larger pores just because I do have a little bit of oil. Not a whole lot, as much as I did when I was much younger, but I do have large pores, and I wanted something that I could use to sort of blur the look of the pores. I've been using the pore diffusing one from Rare Beauty, and I'm almost out of that one, and I thought maybe I'll buy that one again. But then I thought, let's try something new, even though the Rare Beauty one is great and I will definitely repurchase again in the future. I decided to try this one, and I haven't used it yet, so I have to kind of play around with it, use it. Maybe tomorrow I'll try this one and then kind of share it with you guys in a video and tell you guys what my thoughts are and if it's actually worth the hype, because I know that this was sold out for some time, so could be a good sign. So fingers crossed that this is actually really great. And it's a oil controller makeup replacer plumping hydrator. It says it on the back, so I'm very interested in that one. The other primer that I picked up is the Glowish Blur Jam. That in and of itself just got me kind of curious about it because it does look like jelly or jam that you put in a PB&J sandwich. So I figured, why not try it? It's a silicone-free smoothing primer, and it has that kind of reddish tint to the product. Again, another one that I have not had the chance to use, so that's what it looks like. You may have seen this already, and I do appreciate the fact that it comes with a little scoop that you can use to take the product out instead of putting fingers in here. I like that. It keeps it just bacteria-free. Use the scoop, wash it, good to go. So I'm really thrilled about that. So I've tried a few products from this Glowish brand, and I have enjoyed some of the things that I've tried from Huda Beauty. I do love the bronzer. I have one of her cream cheek blushes that came out over the summertime, and so I'm excited. I have a lip liner, a lipstick, and they're all pretty great, so I'm excited to try this, and I hope that it actually lives up to its reviews. And another Huda Beauty product that I have had also on my wish list is the setting powder. This is in the shade called Pound Cake. It's the loose baking and setting powder, and I got the mini size just because I didn't want to buy another full size powder because I don't use powder a lot. It's just a little bit for the under eye area and just a tiny little pinch on my lids after I put my eyeshadow primer on before doing my eyeshadows for the day, and that's really it. I don't use a whole lot of powder on my face just because my skin is leaning more towards the dry side over these last few years, and it could be just changes as I've gotten older. It could also have been because I was, pregnant. I've had lots of babies over the last 3 years. I've had 3 kids, so I feel like my skin has definitely changed, and it's a little drier obviously during pregnancy, but I just feel like powder, too much of it is just not, it just doesn't work very well for the areas of my skin that are dry and textured. So I figured the small size is probably a good place for me to start. I've seen a lot of good ratings and reviews online, and again, another product that was out of stock for some time, so I just decided to finally pick it up. So if you've tried it, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this powder. Next is another product that I am so excited to finally have again because I have been out for some time. I have been using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I have a few of those mini sizes. It's a good setting spray, but ultimately my like top choice is the one from Charlotte Tilbury, and I have to have this in my collection. This is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This is a set of 2. I have the full size in my cart, but then I thought, why don't I just try this one because it has a new scent, I guess. It's the White Tea of Bali, which I've never tried, and so I was kind of curious to see if it's what the scent is like on that. I did use the OG today, and let me tell you, it is so good to finally have this back in my collection. It is by far the best setting spray. Now, I have not been on that setting spray train for very long, but when I decided to try this one, I have used it every single time I've done my makeup, and I've been using the setting spray from Charlotte for over a year probably at this point that it's been out. Like I said, I have the Urban Decay one. I have one from Benefit Cosmetics. They're good, but this is just my top choice. And the fact that you can get 2 of them, it's even better. And I figured, why not go ahead and restock? Now I have 2. But I really do think that I should have just bought the full size just to have that and have these for travel or just as backups because, again, it's one of those things that I cannot be without. So if you know me, you know I have this thing about blush. My entire blush collection is completely just, it's too much. It's overgrown. It's flowing out of its little basket because I have everything in compartments in my drawers. It is completely full. I have blushes in other areas like with my eyeliners, blushes with my smaller eyeshadow palettes because it's overflowing. And then what do I do during the sale? I buy more blush. I picked up the set of cream blushes from the LYS brand. This was only 20 bucks without the discount. And you get 3 different shades, and it is a little bit smaller in comparison to the full size. I do have it. I should have brought it to show you what their full size compacts look like. It's the same triangular shape, but a little larger and more of like a metallic finish. This has like clear window, which is nice. So you get 3 different shades. You get the higher, this is the higher standard cream blush, satin matte. So it's not fully matte, but it's not super dewy. It's like right in the middle. And it's that really nice formula. It's really easy to work with. So this one is Empower, which is a really deep red, which will be nice for the holidays. Grateful, which is more of like an everyday kind of dusty rose color. And then Unforgettable, which it looks like an unforgettable shade. It's a nice kind of like corally pink shade. So I'm really happy to have these, and I have not put my fingers in these yet. So I will be using these in an upcoming tutorial at some point. Hopefully in the next few days I can sit down and film again and do a look for you guys using some of my new stuff. Speaking of blush, I bought 2 blush palettes. Blush palettes have been out like crazy this holiday season. NARS has one, Pat McGrath, Charlotte Tilbury. The list goes on. There's many brands on the Sephora website that recently came out with blush palettes, and I did not pick up the Charlotte Tilbury one. And you're probably shocked because Charlotte Tilbury is hands down one of my top favorite luxury brands. I love every product that I've ever tried from the brand. I have never been disappointed to the point where I'm just like, this is awful. There's only one product, and it's not even the full product. It's a portion of the product that I am not happy with, but that is it. One product, and I have tons of Charlotte products, so I was a little shocked myself that I didn't purchase it. I had it in my cart, and I was like, yep, I'm doing it. But I ended up not getting it because I thought I wanted to try something else. I wanted to try something new, a brand that I haven't tried. So I am familiar with the NARS blushes in the like powder form. I have the liquid ones, which are great, and the multiples, which are the cream sticks. But they did come out with the Rising Star palette for the holiday. I did get this Backstage set, whatever it's called, with their new shade called Behave. And that comes with 3 different products, a powder, liquid, and a cream. I talked about that in a previous video. I'll link it in the cards if you're interested in seeing a video of me using other holiday kits, because I did buy a lot before the sale. And I like their formulas. They make really awesome blushes. So I saw this palette and I have some thoughts. The packaging is absolutely adorable. Black and gold, can't go wrong with that. And the stars, it's really cute. So you may have already seen maybe some buzz about the fact that this palette, and I'm going to hold it upside down not to blind you with the mirror, but this is what it looks like. And I don't use filters on my camera. I used a ring light to help me with some lighting because I don't have my studio set up. So this is what it looks like. In reality, you have like a bright kind of brick crimson red. You have a bubblegum pink shade, some light ones, and then some that, this one here that could be like a highlight. Now, if you look at this product online, on the NARS website, Sephora's website, it doesn't look like this. I'm not mad at the fact that this is what it looks like in person, these colors, because it's beautiful and I will be using them, and I am excited to try some of these. Like this one here is like a bubblegum pinky kind of fuchsia color, and that's different for me, and I'm excited to try it. And also the formula is like a jelly formula, which is nice, but it doesn't look like this online. So if you purchase it online based off of what you see and this is what you get in person, I don't get why they do that. I don't understand why they couldn't just show you what it really looks like, because the pictures online, it's beautiful, and I'm like, yes, I gotta have it, done, add to cart. And even this is pretty, and I can see myself using these shades. If you hear any noises, I have my 2-month-old right here next to me on the bed. So, and he's just like staring me down while I'm talking. He's like, what is she doing? Anyways, so this is something that I would definitely purchase if I saw this exact color story in person and online. I just don't understand why they had to make the photos look a little different. That's a little sketch, but it's still a really pretty product. Haven't used it yet, but I'm pretty sure the formula is just as amazing as some of the other NARS products. The blush palette from a brand that I have not tried. I have not tried anything from Pat McGrath, and I have been wanting to try this brand for a long time, and so I figured this was the time I was going to save 20%, and I wanted to try something from the brand. I don't know why, but I chose to try one of the palettes, the blush palettes. You're probably thinking, why didn't you try the eyeshadow palettes? They are pretty pricey. I'm pretty sure there's sales and stuff going to be happening for Black Friday and all that, but I just don't want to spend that much. $125 for an eyeshadow palette is quite steep. I may eventually bite the bullet at one point and try it just to try and see what the formula is like, but I wanted to get a blush palette this holiday season, and I couldn't say no to the NARS because I liked what the colors look like online, but then I also couldn't say no to this one either because I wanted to try something from Pat McGrath. And I'm wearing 2 of these blushes today and the highlight. So I'll hold it upside down because this has a mirror as well. So those are the colors. This is the Divine Blush and Glow palette in Nude Venus. And there's 2 different options. Nude Venus is the one that's on Sephora. On her website, she has the Nude Venus, and I think it's the Divine Rose version. So there's 2 different options, but this one is the one that's got a bit more of like a terracotta color, some soft rose colors, and the highlighter shade. So really nice. A little bit on the deeper side here, but that one looks really pretty, and the formula is incredibly pigmented. Like I said, not familiar with Pat McGrath, so that really was very shocking, but I'm looking at it in the mirror, and that highlight is just beautiful. I absolutely love it, and they were very easy to blend, and they just look so beautiful with those roses in there. Maybe I can get a little closer so you guys can see. So I picked up 2 eyeliners. The Sephora collection, if I can talk, was on sale for 30% off. And I was looking for a brown eyeliner, and I wanted to try one, and I figured the sale is a time to search the website. And I decided to try the Sephora collection. I got the shade 13 Tiramisu, which is a matte brown. And then this one, number 53 Sangria, is also a matte. It looks like a really deep, rich, like plum shade. It might even look very dark, almost black. I don't know. I haven't used them yet. But based off of that, I just wanted something different with a little bit of color, but not too much out of my wheelhouse that I feel like it's just not really me. You know what I mean? But also not black, because I do have the Makeup by Mario black eyeliner, which is what I'm wearing today, and that is fantastic. And I don't see a need to purchase a different brand because that one is just spectacular, the formula on that. So I figured this kind of plummy shade is probably a good option to try. The next product is one that I'm wearing, and I was kind of going back and forth, but I added it to my first order during the sale because I knew for sure this was going to sell. It probably did. I don't know if it sold out and came back in stock. I'm not sure, but I snagged mine right when the sale first hit and went live. I decided to go ahead and add it to my order, and it's the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. I wasn't necessarily in the market for another eyeshadow palette, but I did want to try this one just because I feel like this one, first of all, the color story is really beautiful. It's got some peach colors, some purples, some plums, then you have some neutrals, some like bronzy shades, everyday kind of colors. Then you have a nice range to bring it to that, you know, deeper smoky level. And just the formula, I have the Glam palette, which is spectacular, by the way. Totally worth $69. I do think that this one is also worth $69. A little bit pricey, but with the sale, it's a little bit easier on the wallet. And I know I'm getting a quality product for this price point. And like I said, I am familiar with the brand's eyeshadows, and I think it's really nice the way the colors are put together. And it's a dream palette, so it's basically a personally curated set of colors, like her most ideal, most perfect palette that could have ever been created. It's right here. And it's awesome. And I love that shifty color vision. I have that on the outer part of my eye. And so when you look on head on with the eyeshadow, it looks a little bit dark, but then when you turn and the light hits it, you get that purpley pink shift. It's like that magic that makes that color just incredible. I'm not one to use a lot of duochromes, and I felt like, you know what, if I'm going to do my eyeshadow today with this palette, I'm definitely going to go on with that one. So I did that on my outer part. I did some of the peachy tones in the crease, and then the Nurture shade, which is just a classic kind of neutral tan shade that's more of like a transition. I did that, and then I did, what happened? The Blackest Black for eyeliner mixed with the Makeup by Mario black eyeliner pencil, and I just love the way it looks. And every time I use the Glam palette, my husband compliments me. He always says something about my makeup, but every time I use that palette, he will say, that looks really nice on your eyes. I like your eyeshadow today. And usually he'll say, oh, that looks really nice. You look really pretty. Your makeup looks great. But then when I use that Glam palette, he always points out the eyeshadow. Like, he always makes it a point to say something about it. It's just something so magical about the formula of Natasha Denona. If you have not tried the eyeshadows from her, I would recommend them. Put them on your list for Christmas. Or if you are going to splurge and buy something for yourself, pick up one of these palettes and you will not be disappointed. The other palette that I picked up actually did launch during the sale, and I showed this on Instagram. It's the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette. I feel like the price point is a little bit steep, but I have his matte palette, and that one is made out of like a hard plastic. This is made out of metal, so it does feel a little bit more weighted, and it feels a little bit more of an upgrade in packaging. So maybe that's part of the reason why $68 was the price point for this. Plus the formula. I haven't used them, but I feel like this color story is definitely me. And so I would say that if you are thinking about this palette and these are colors that you see yourself using every day, then it'll be worth the investment. But if it's something that you can use from time to time, just here and there, I can't tell you that it's worth spending the money, because it's $68. And if you're not going to use it every single day or incorporate these colors into your looks often, then it might not be worth it. I do think that when watching the video after he announced it, that there is like a different texture to these mattes. I haven't swatched them because I wanted to do this like a first impressions, like let's swatch and play together on camera and capture like my initial thoughts going into this palette. So that's why I'm not putting my fingers in this yet, and I'm not messing with the eyeshadows. But from what I remember, there was something different about this formula of mattes. Very unique, and something that may not even exist in other brands yet. And so I'm super curious about that. And then obviously these glossy kind of shimmery toppers, you get 3 of them, and then you have 2 metallic shades. So super excited to be on the lookout. I think I'm going to play with this in my next tutorial that I'm going to do here in the next couple of days. I think I'm going to do that and film it. So I'm going to definitely try this on camera for the first time. I'm not going to swatch it. I'm going to hold that back until I do the video and do it all on camera with you. I have 2 more things. I picked up the Patrick Ta contour brush just because I wanted to try a contour brush. This one I did see that it made the Allure Best of Beauty winner under the tools and brushes section. It was this brush, so I thought, okay, let me try it. I should have used it today, and I totally forgot I had it here on my nightstand with all my products, and I didn't even use it. I just started blending away and just kind of throwing everything on really quickly. But I will be using this and sharing my thoughts with you guys as well. This brush looks pretty cool and unique. The way it's kind of pinched here, the design, the cut of the bristles, it goes short to a little bit longer, and it just looks like it's going to be a really nice brush for contouring, and it's going to be something that I feel like it's going to be a good brush. So I picked that up, and I'm glad I got it during the sale. This was one of the last things that I picked up because I forgot to add it to an order. So I went in store and I bought this one, and thankfully I did go in store because it was the last one on the shelf. So yay me. So I got a Sephora favorites set. I am usually pretty good about getting these sets. I feel like these types of sets are a great value to begin with. the fact that I can try different things from different brands all in one for a really affordable price is even better. And this time I decided to pick up the holiday must-have. So this is the box. I've taken everything out of it, so I'll show it here so you guys can see what comes in this set for $54. You get a blush, an exfoliating skincare product, a lash serum, the KVD tattoo liner, which is phenomenal, and the Ilia mascara, also a really good one. It's a clean mascara, a Natasha Denona mini trio of eyeshadows, which is also a big bonus there. The Urban Decay All-Nighter, which I've used before. It's good. The full size of the Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's a brow wax. What is it? It's called Brow Freeze. That's the full name. And then the Fenty gloss, which this one from Fenty is in the shade Fenty Glow. And it looks a little bit more of like a kind of warm, kind of orangey kind of shade. So I don't know. I just thought it was going to be a little bit lighter. Maybe that's another shade that I'm thinking of. But anyways, for $54, I feel like this set is really, really great to try a bunch of these brands if you've never tried them, or as a gift for the holidays. Even if you pay the full price of $54, I think it's a really great value. You're getting 3 full-size products in here, and then everything else is decently sized. You're not getting some product that looks like a sample little jar that you ask the sales associate for a sample of foundation. It's not that small. They're good sizes, so I feel like if you bought this for yourself or for someone else, the person receiving it will actually enjoy the sizes. And I like minis. I would rather have a mini than full size, just because it allows me the opportunity not only to try a product but to finish it, so that I'm not wasting product, wasting money with full sizes that I can never finish. So great value. It says $150 retail value. So $54, not bad. They do have other ones like the mascara ones. I bought those years and years. Every year I would buy them and I enjoy them. So definitely check it out if you're looking for a set of mascaras, or if you're wanting to break up a set for stocking stuffers. That's another option as well. Or just to discover something new, the Sephora favorites is definitely something that I would recommend that you try. All right, so that's everything that I got during the sale. I got a lot of good stuff, and I'm really excited to continue trying these products and playing with them, and then giving you guys my thoughts, incorporating them into future tutorials. So I'm super excited. I am very glad that I was able to get some things that I had on my list, because I felt like this sale, typically around this time of the year, a lot of things tend to sell out quickly just because people are buying for themselves, restocking, buying gifts, and just getting a head start on gifts, which I'm slowly starting to do that with the gifts for the kids. So I feel like this sale, everybody goes kind of crazy. It's 20% off, which is a really good discount. Sephora never does discounts like that. It's only like twice a year, I think, that they do the sales. So I definitely did some damage. And I am glad that I got the things that I was interested in and wanted to try. So thank you guys for watching, for spending some time with me today. I want to know what you got during the sale. If you shopped the sale, let me know in the comment section what you purchased, what you have your eye on, what's on your Christmas list, what are some of the products that I should try in the future. Let me know. I'd love to chat with you guys. I'll see you guys in the comments. Hopefully, I'll see you in my next video as well. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.